We have let the right, with their fears of exclusion, drive the conversation. So our surprise on Sunday when Joe Biden made this announcement and then we saw this explosion is telling us that the electorate actually wants something different and they just needed a catalyst in order to do that. These folks really organized themselves. They followed the lead of Win with Black Women, a group I've been part of since 2020, who had this meeting and got everyone excited. And the other thing that's been happening is that Black women have been organizing really online for decades at this point. Seeding the language around identity politics is a positive thing that can actually work for democracy. And so somehow someone was listening. And so white women took the assignment, they met, and then they created this context for other groups to follow. Black men also did the same thing. What I think these groups are showing is that affinity groups don't have to be exclusive. They are the way to make people, they make democracy feel smaller, more accessible, more reachable. They remind you who your neighbor is. They give you somebody to talk to about issues that matter. And so all of a sudden now people are starting to feel included. And the other thing that I think is brilliant about this is the left isn't demonizing white men. They're not saying white men are the enemy. They are saying, hey, let's talk about what your issues are based on your race and gender and other identity categories. And let's talk about how the party potentially can meet those needs. I think that's brilliant.
And Brittany, now we turn to the question we didn't know we had on the news this year, but it might be the easiest question. We're going to show this rally tonight. We're going to hear from Harris. What do people need to know about Megan Thee Stallion?
Megan Thee Stallion is the baddest. She's the baddest chick. She is, you know, an amazing artist. She's an amazing rapper. She really is the person that I keep on steady rotation. I have a Megan Thee Stallion channel on my Apple Music. I wish my knees could move like Megan's knees moved. But look, she brings all the energy. What I love is that she represents a new vanguard in hip hop where Black women have taken back to the stage and female MCs are rising. They're multi-talented. She overcame the terrible disinformation campaign after Tory Lanez shot her and was convicted and continues to try to get out of jail over this terrible thing that he did to her. She has been a fierce advocate for women's rights. She's been a fierce advocate for mental health. And the thing that I love about this is so Harris is not playing into the right sort of hand-wringing around morality. Megan Thee Stallion embraces her sexuality. She's kind of ratchet and raunchy in her own words, and that's not a bad thing.
And I'll let you finish. The story we showed that she tells in the video is whatever people were criticizing her about, as you said, sexuality, body, etc., she says, actually, it's this, the real problem, she argues, was this old Republican man who both wanted to exist in that world by watching her content in secret, and that's the video story.
That's right.
But also control other people's bodies.
Listen, one of the things we know is that that adult video content is accessed more in the Bible Belt than anywhere else in the country, to her point. And so this moralizing and hand-wringing, part of the thing is that the right is losing the argument now. They can't sell joy. They can't sell truth. They can't sell family values, because if you're keeping women from having babies in the ways that they want to, keeping them from family planning on their own terms, then you're not a pro-family party. You simply, so they are losing every major argument. They're losing the culture wars. And so I think that this is going to be fun. And I also think that it's a way for women in particular to lean into the ways that masculine politics says that they're unserious with their joyous. Kamala is knowing to embrace that. So she's not playing these games about having to be tough and rough all the time. She's saying we can do politics. I can be a strong leader, and I also know how to have fun.